Every week, Master Chef Konstantin Druzhinin gathers the most interesting recipes from all the regions of Kazakhstan for you in the Culinary Tour program. He finds the best food products in different areas of this amazing country. He cooks unique dishes filled with a rich history, national color, and a fragrance of the vast steppe. Watch the Culinary Tour, educational and entertaining cooking show on Kazakh TV weekly. Watch in today's Culinary Tour program. Turkestan is a legendary city. How to cook tasty pilaff with chicken and pumpkin. A cabbage salad and achuchuk to go with pilaff. I'm in the South Kazakhstan region again. This time I'm in Turkestan, ancient city and large cultural center, attracting tourists from the whole world. The first settlement in the area of present-day Turkestan appeared approximately in 500 AD. Caravan roads going from Samarkand, Bukhara and Khiva crossed here in those times. In the 12th century, Turkestan was known as Yassi. It was a fortress. Sufi poet and philosopher Khoja Ahmet Yasawi lived in the city in those times. Today, his mausoleum is considered a masterpiece of medieval Muslim architecture and the symbol of the city. It's the first Kazakhstan's monument included in the list of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Taikazan, a huge water bowl cast from an alloy of 7 rare precious metals, is one of the main objects of note in this museum. Hello everyone, my name is Konstantin. I travel around Kazakhstan collecting unique recipes. Today I'm in the south of Kazakhstan, in the renowned city of Turkestan. This city is famous for its rich history because it's located on the renowned Silk Road. When considering what to cook here, I realized that it is possible to make shashlik, beshbarmak, beshpanja, which are ready cooked, and dimlama. However, since the symbol of the city of Turkestan is Taikazan, I've decided to make pilaff. Today pilaff will contain chicken and prunes. I want to call it pilaff Turkestan style. First we need to prepare the chicken. We can immediately remove the parts of the chicken wings we don't need. The chicken itself should be divided into quite small parts, so they could fit into a cooking pot easily. So first I separate chicken legs. Also we can divide a leg into 2 parts. As a result, you have a thigh and drumstick. We're putting these into a separate bowl. Okay, I'm separating the second leg into 2 parts, a thigh and drumstick too. Now we're separating the wings near the joint. You can leave the wings whole. We can say that there are various ways of cooking pilaff in the south. Various kinds of meat are used to make it. By the way, you can remove fatty pieces immediately because we don't need them either. The most popular meat to make pilaff with is mutton. However, chicken, duck and beef can be used too. Thus, there are a lot of varieties. As for rice, there are a lot of rice species in the south because the south is famous for pilaff. As a result, there are a lot of variants of rice usage, so it's very important to choose the right kind of rice to make pilaff. It can be white rice or brown rice. In some cases, even bulgur can be used. I'm going to use white rice together with this chicken. Here we have chicken pieces suitable for pilaff. As usual, I'm lucky because the weather is good. This region is very attractive because Turkestan environs are wonderful. There is steppe landscape and fresh air, which is why I try to convince everyone to cook outdoors and travel around Kazakhstan. So we've chopped the chicken and now we can make a fire. I'm also going to add an onion to oil. First, we need to peel it. You don't need to chop the onion finely. It's okay just to divide it in halves. In two halves like these. I use onion only when I start cooking pilaff, so I chop it into large pieces, and when the oil is hot, I put it into the cooking pot. The onion turns black and provides the juice we need to cook delicious pilaff. So you can build a fire, pour oil into the large cooking pot and add the onion here so that it could fry. Oh, excellent! Well, I've built the fire and now I can pour oil into the cooking pot. Since I make pilaff with chicken, I can add a bit more oil than to pilaff made with mutton because mutton is fatty. Now the oil is heating and I can put the onion in it. The onion must deep fry, and when it turns completely black, you can remove it. Now the onion is golden, but we can wait a bit more until it's darker. Okay, the onion is black enough and now you can remove it. It doesn't contain any juice anymore. If there are any black pieces, it's better to remove them. Excellent! Now we add the chicken. Now we should work very fast and chop carrots because it takes chicken 3 times less to cook than mutton. Let's put down the lid. Excellent! Well, the chicken is simmering in the large cooking pot and I have a few minutes to peel and chop carrots. In general, pilaff needs a lot of carrots. I even say that there can be too many carrots in pilaff. So we're going to use as many carrots as possible. Besides carrots, I've decided to add pumpkin to pilaff today. Using it, I'll garnish Turkestan pilaff. We're putting the carrots in a bowl. Now let's peel the pumpkin. I'm going to add the pumpkin together with carrots. I'll chop it into larger pieces than I did the carrots because a pumpkin cooks very quickly and is easily boiled to a pulp. The pumpkin will provide its aroma and juice, which complement chicken perfectly. Thus, I strongly recommend that you try it. The pumpkin will boil soft in pilaff and lose shape, so don't worry. It's okay to chop it roughly. I've chopped the carrots and pumpkin. Now I'm hurrying to the large cooking pot. Now we need to mix the carrots with pumpkin so that it could sink in the oil and absorb it properly. That's good. Now we need to wait a bit more, literally a few minutes, and then we'll be able to add water. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, it's great! Let's stir a little. Excellent! Nothing has burned. Now we add water to make real zirvak. It's important that the chicken, carrots and pumpkin sink in the zirvak. Now we can add seasonings. Of course, I'm going to use salt, black pepper, and certainly cumin, which is my favorite spice. It's impossible to make pilaf without cumin. Now let's close the lid and wait for a few minutes. I've got a very good large cooking pot today. As you can see, there is fire on the side and the smoke gets into the cooking pot. So pilaf absorbs smoke, which is why it will be really delicious today. Well, pilaf zirvak is ready and we need only to add the rice, pepper, prunes, barberries and quail eggs. Another very important ingredient is garlic. You can add a whole garlic head. To do it, I'll cut away this part like this, so it doesn't get divided, but each clove could provide its juice. I'll put the garlic aside now. And this is rice. I've soaked and washed the rice a few times in advance. Many people leave rice in water, but I poured out the water so it even dried a bit. Now you can add the rice and take a pepper, which I'm going to add to zirvak. I'm going to add barberries, prunes and quail eggs there too. Usually eggs are boiled and served with the dish, but since I cook outdoors in the wild, I'll add them together with the rice. Zirvak is boiling and everything's great. Now we can add the rice. We're putting the rice evenly. We've added rice, and now we can add barberries. You shouldn't add too much barberries, so I put a little. Now I'm adding a little prunes and garlic. Excellent! All the ingredients are here and I still add the quail eggs a bit later, approximately in 10 minutes. Now we can close the lid and wait for 10 minutes. Chicken and pumpkin pilaf. Divide a chicken into quite small pieces. Peel an onion and chop it roughly. Peel a pumpkin and carrots and chop them roughly too. Wash rice and barberries. Soak prunes. Wash quail eggs properly. Put a large onion into hot oil in a large cooking pot and fry it until black. Remove the onion from the oil and put the chicken pieces there. Stir-fry them. When the chicken pieces get golden, add the pumpkin and carrots, fry them, add water and salt. Zirvak should boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. After that, add washed rice, barberries, prunes and unpeeled garlic cloves or a whole garlic head whose root side is cut away. Sink the whole garlic heads in the rice. Close the lid. 15 minutes later, open the lid carefully and put the quail eggs onto the rice. Serve pilaf with peeled quailed eggs and salads. I've decided to make salad achuchuk, which is traditionally served with pilaf. The secret behind this salad is tasty juicy tomatoes, juicy onion and chili peppers. We're slicing the tomatoes thinly. I want to emphasize that the tomatoes and onions should be sliced thinly because no dressing is added to the salad, which has its own juice. The juice of tomatoes and onion is enough for it. Now let's peel an onion and slice it thinly too. Artichoke should be left for a while to let the tomatoes provide their juice. When pilaf is done, you can put artichoke on top and pour tomato juice on the rice. Okay. The onion. Now you can take a little piece of a capsicum. I'm taking a quarter of it. Now I'm chopping it into tiny pieces and adding salt and pepper to taste. Some pepper has left. And salt. It's great. Now we can start. Artichoke to serve with pilaf. Slice tomatoes and onion thinly. Chop a pepper into tiny pieces. Add salt and pepper to taste and stir the salad. Leave the salad for a while so that the ingredients could provide juice. Let's check what we have here. It's good. The water has already evaporated. Now we can stir it a little. Now I'm adding the quail eggs. Closing the lid and leaving it for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to make a cabbage salad. Here's the cabbage. We can take a half of it. Now I'm chopping it finely. The cabbage is fresh too. It's grown here in Turkestan. Excellent. Now I'm adding a tomato to the salad. I'm chopping it into quite small pieces. Actually, Turkestan is a city of gourmets. Besides various kinds of pilaf and shashlik, there is samsa and tandoor flatbreads. You certainly should try these dishes in Turkestan. Now we must add an onion to the cabbage and tomatoes. We don't need the whole onion, a half is enough. So we're taking a half of the onion, which we also need to chop into quite small pieces. First I divide the onion into halves and then into quarters. Now let's mix all the ingredients. Some vinegar mixed with water will serve as dressing. We also need to add a little oil and season the salad with salt and pepper to taste. The salad is done, and I think that pilaf is already done too. We only need to set the table and enjoy the delicious taste. Cabbage salad. Chop a cabbage, then salt and squeeze it a little. Add chopped red onion and tomatoes to the cabbage. Salt the salad a little. Stir it and dress with vinegar and vegetable oil. Pilaff has turned out deliciously today. I enjoyed the amazing diversity of Asian cuisine and beauty of the city of Turkestan here. I strongly recommend that you come here and see it with your own eyes. Travel around Kazakhstan and cook together with me. Bon appétit!